Hello, and welcome to Doniana's podcast, Preserving History and Democracy. My name is Bernardine Caporale, and I'm going to be having a fun show today with you. How's everybody doing?
Doing good, Bern. We're doing good.
All right, we got Jacob off camera telling us he's doing good. We have a fun one for today,
Oh yeah.
and I need your assistance with this, Jacob. We had Tammy talking about business registrations not too long ago, and we wanted to highlight some of the businesses in the area. So today we're going to be doing just that. We're going to introduce some businesses in the Doniana County area. I met a young man who was registering his business and discovered a new fun entertainment experience that's being offered here in Doniana County. So, if you dare, though. So, so I want to ask you, Jacob. I'm going to give you some clues. Can you guess what the business is? It requires you to wear special gear.
Special gear. Is it indoor or outdoor?
It is outdoor.
Outdoor. We don't have a lot of outdoor stuff here.
That's why this is a good business.
Maybe something like four wheelers or something like that.
Okay, that's a good guess.
Desert or something.
I'm going to give you another hint.
Another hint.
Former President Bush used to do it.
Oh man.
I know you probably don't know who he is.
I do know who he is. Maybe I don't know. Bow and arrow or something.
Okay,
I
that's a
don't know.
good guess.
I really don't know. There's not much to do outside, especially here.
All right, this is your final clue.
All right.
It involves a small airplane.
Skydiving?
Skydiving. We got it. Okay. Today we're going to highlight a new business venture of our guest Jaziel, as we know him, and Cameron. It's called Southwest Skydive. Welcome.
Hello, hello. Hello, thank you.
Have you skydived, Cameron?
Oh, once or twice.
Once or twice? How about
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
Jay-Z?
A couple times.
Couple of
A
times?
couple times.
Yeah? Okay. How about you, Jacob? Would you skydive?
Oh, I don't know if I could get on that plane. I don't think I could.
I don't think I could either. But I know several people who have done it, including my daughter, and she raves about it.
Awesome. We've actually done it thousands of times each.
Wow.
We're both the instructors over there at the company. We run the company as well as jump whenever we're in business.
Okay.
So we actually will be the person jumping with you if you come and do a tandem jump with us.
So
Or
what
come
made
on
you
up.
think of opening a skydive business?
Well, we just want to, we love the sport so much. We remember our first time like it was yesterday, and, being a new sport out here in, El Paso, Doniana County area. We also, we like sharing this experience with others. We want others to really experience what skydiving really is and not have that view of what people have, you know what I mean?
That would be quite an experience, I would say, especially the first time.
Yeah, I would say all of us approach skydiving with the idea of it being something to cross off the bucket list, but for a few of
Yes.
us, it becomes like a new life experience and continue that on. I personally haven't spent more than about 2 months without skydiving in the last 13 years.
So it's a lifestyle for you.
It's a lifestyle now.
Okay.
And
100%.
sometimes that's just the way to go. Just let it happen.
Yeah.
And you, Jay-Z, is it a lifestyle?
100%. I will say I do come from extreme sports and stuff like that. And I've always been very athletic though, very ranging of different sports. Soccer, basketball, football, baseball, everything. But yeah, once I started skydiving, I came with that thing that like I don't know, it's scary. This is a lot, and I jumped out. It was complete bliss. I loved it. I landed. Yeah, it was something that's unexplainable. You definitely have to try it for yourself in order to, even like I said, thousands of jumps already, and every single time we enjoy it, we love it, and that's why we want to share this experience with others, right?
Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So why did you register your business with the county?
The location that the business is over at the Doniana County International Jetport, and it falls in the Doniana County, zone as far as permitting and whatnot. So that's where we were directed through the Secretary of State's website to come and get our permit for local purposes. And we came down here on hotel or motel. Just
Motel, yeah.
We came down here on Motel Boulevard and we didn't really know what to expect coming in. We had the pamphlet with everything that it said we needed, but you know how it goes with a lot of places.
Yes, a
end
lot of
up
red
getting-
tape.
You end up getting sent to this person and back to that person. It feels like the mom and dad situation, but really didn't feel that way here at Doniana. We just went to the what was that office? The planning or the committee? Planning
Community development.
Community development.
Right.
We went there, and based on the type of operation that we are, we didn't have to construct anything or really change anything with the location that we're using. So we were immediately sent to the clerk's office and able to get our permit same day.
Yeah.
It was
Same
very-
day, yeah. I remember when you guys came in, I remember reading about the business and saying, I'm not upfront that much. So this was kind of like serendipity that I met you guys. But I remember thinking, podcast, these guys would be awesome on the podcast. So thank you for coming.
Thanks for having
Yeah,
us.
thanks
Of
for
course.
It's
You know, my daughter did it, and I kind of freaked out the day she was going because it was like just terrifying to me.
So she told you about it.
She told
before.
you
She told me
beforehand.
about it, and she had a picture taken
That's awesome.
to prove
nice.
her journey of madness.
After
is
it was
what I want to
completed,
say.
we actually have a pretty high percentage of people that they don't tell their immediate family members whenever
I
they're
understand
going.
that.
You're right, because you imagine the stress that was leading into it, like, oh, she's probably jumping right now.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
just uncertainty. And then you see the photos afterwards, it's a little better, you know, the relief for sure. So some people prefer to not tell them until it's already completed.
I wish she had done that because that day was just, I was a nervous wreck.
Maybe that'll be some good advice for your listeners now.
There we go.
Yeah.
No, don't tell your family.
If they're really nervous and worried about you, don't let them know beforehand.
Don't tell.
Show them the pictures; they'll thank you.
Yeah, the picture came out awesome. She was smiling, and I'm like, why are you smiling?
Did she jump where you're from, up north in?
Yeah,
it was
she did it
PA,
up
right?
in New York.
New York, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she did it up there.
But it's beautiful if you go in like the springtime.
Oh, yeah, or the fall.
Oh yeah, the colors.
Yeah, the colors.
I forgot what that's like.
Yeah.
Changing of the leaves. I'm from Louisiana originally, and
Okay.
it's been a while since I've seen the actual seasons run their course.
Yeah, I can imagine. Where are you from originally?
Actually, I'm here from the Doniana County area.
All
I'm from
right.
Anthony, New Mexico, and basically El Paso, Las Cruces area my whole life.
Cool.
I was born in Las Cruces, so
Okay.
that's where I'm from.
So
That's
you're a
my thing.
native.
Yes, I am.
Very
I am
cool.
a local.
So how did you guys meet and come up with this crazy plan? Like, let's open a skydiving business.
So actually, we kind of go back to when I first started. When I first started, I was kind of in an internship, cleaning, helping around the airport and stuff like that. Just to, my interest was flying an airplane.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
what first got me into the airport. And as we were leaving, walking around the taxiways and stuff like that, we were leaving at a flight school, and we saw some parachutes. And my father used to work at fueling, planes and stuff like that at the FBO that they used to have, and we would go help out. We used to know the owner that he opened skydiving a long time ago.
Okay.
But we ended up finding out that he ended up passing away some time ago, and we're like, well, who's the new people now?
Right, who's going to do it next?
Yeah, and so we saw the parachutes, and we're like, let's go talk to these guys, see who's still around. And that's how I kind of got in. We talked to the person, like, hey, well, give me some trade out time, come help me out, all this good stuff at my hangar with my planes and stuff. And I volunteered a lot of my time. And as time went on, started learning a little bit, picking up here, and picking up a little bit of stuff of how the parachute works, what they do, what are the regulations, weather stuff as well. So you
Right.
started really picking up on everything, because you are with the aviation community. And as time went on, he actually ended up coming around.
During COVID.
Yeah, it was during
Oh, during
COVID.
Right at the
COVID.
start of COVID.
Yeah,
Oh.
he ended up coming around, and he was one of the new instructors. And at that time, I was a student already, so I already had a couple of jumps under my belt.
Okay.
I was still barely, starting. I think I had like 7 to 10 maybe.
You were
Okay.
done with the first few off AFF for sure.
Yeah, I was
remember
already
that.
done with my instructor, and now I was moving into my coach jumps.
Okay.
So now I still had somebody to supervise me, and that ended up being my good friend Cameron over here.
There we go.
And since then, we just ended up becoming great friends. Worked at several different places together, and we've always just had this good connection and just a good understanding of each other, of helping each other when we need it and stuff like that.
Makes for a great partnership.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we're both very, very hard workers when we need to apply ourselves. We don't really complain about, oh, this isn't going to pay us directly. Well, it needs to be done. So
Right.
Yeah.
we go out there and we do things. all
Yeah,
the time.
every step,
And we were-
everything.
And we were doing those things for the previous owners, and they decided to close the business, and now we're doing those things for ourselves.
Very nice.
Yep. We ended up
The
finding.
entrepreneurial spirit is alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we ended up, finding, looking at all the pieces that we had, and we're like, hey, we can do this, and me and him just like, all right, let's make it happen, and it is because we understand that we should have more experiences and more stuff to do out here in this area, so.
Right. And there's a pretty large following of licensed skydivers already in El Paso, and the only reason that there aren't more is because the previous operation wasn't able to provide the student training for people to get their license.
Oh, okay.
So we're not only interested in taking people for their first experience, we're hoping to get you to join our community out there and be a part of our little family and actually get your license, because if you get your license and jump here, you can also go to other locations, not only in the U.S., but worldwide. And if your friends have their license, you can all jump together. So
Oh, how
we're trying
cool
to
is that?
we're trying to bring people into that whole
Right.
experience, not just the joyride,
Right.
check it off the bucket list, as they say.
Right. As you said before, it is a lifestyle.
It can be, yeah.
Yeah.
If you let it, it'll grow on you quickly. But yeah, we're really happy so far with how things are going. We've got a lot of support from the community and from our previous friends and customers of the other businesses have, readily come over, and skydiving is a necessary thing out here, so we're going to keep it going as long as we possibly can.
It is necessary. I mean, there's nothing, I shouldn't say nothing, there's limited
Yeah.
amounts of things to do for young people, old people. I mean, I said as a hint to Jacob there
Funny you say that, young and old. We actually just this past weekend had two participants doing their very first skydive with us. It was their birthday, both of them, and they were born on the same day, on the 5th of this month. And
Okay.
coincidentally enough, though, the age difference was very spread. 18 and 70 were their ages.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good range right there, but we can actually take even older if they wanted to jump with us, older than 70. But both
How'd
of
they
them
like it?
both of them loved it.
They loved it. Okay.
Absolutely loved
Yeah.
it. I think if we had some Wi-Fi here, we could actually show one of the videos real quick of the older gentleman.
We could do that. We can absolutely get that on the video, and we'll take a look.
Okay.
And see what their experience looked like from their vantage point.
Yeah, it's from the video vantage point, so we actually combine two different angles, not only with the camera on the hand of the instructor taking them on the jump, but we had a third person jumping with each of them for
Oh,
their
cool.
birthday. They elected to go with the full combination video where they
Show
get
us some of your
both of them.
equipment.
Absolutely, yeah.
What'd you bring to show us today?
Alrighty.
So,
We
first
actually-
thing we have here.
We brought a variety of different things, just so we can explain. Have a rounded, an idea of what we actually
What
have
you
to
do,
offer,
yeah.
what equipment we use.
Yeah.
All right, Jay-Z, tell us what you got there.
Alrighty. So right here, we have a couple of our video setups. This is actually what the hand cam video option that my friend Cameron here was talking about. This is one where your tandem instructor is going to be actually having his camera on his wrist like this, and everything is kind of like in selfie mode. Really great option. Everything is basically the same thing. We get interviews, how are you feeling, what's going on.
Do
We
they
can-
talk during their jump?
So not during your jump, but like we get an interview on the ground, and then we get a little video right as you're getting into the plane.
Okay,
We have
okay.
a little video when the plane is taking off, so you'll have a little video of the
Oh, that's
outside of you taking
awesome.
off. You
What
also
a great
have,
idea.
Yeah. I mean, it's to capture your experience as best possible, right?
Yes.
Like, and what was going on through your head in that moment.
Right.
So that trying to always capture that. Then we're trying to.
That's a very
record it.
clever idea. I like
so
that.
because for us, we like to, be like, oh my God, I can't, I remember going through this, or I remember going through this time, and like I felt the jitters, or like at that point I was like, oh my God, like this is what the time where it actually hit me, where I was like, oh my God, I'm actually in the plane. We're already took off. Like I can't back out now. But yeah, we actually also have a video when we're halfway. We'll let you know like, hey, we're halfway now. How's it going? You want to tell anybody anything? Are you ready? Is it hitting you now? Or,
Right.
anything, any shout outs you want to tell anybody, like, hey, I love you, whatever, all that
Right.
good stuff. And then you get the video of the free fall. You'll get the video of the canopy. Once the
Wow.
parachute opens, you'll get a little video of that as well. And
if you have the hand cam while the parachute is open and flying, it's much more quiet, so then they can talk and we can hear them. Even while
okay.
falling at 120 miles an hour, if you're yelling on the front of us, we can actually hear you, but you can't hear us, unfortunately. The wind's
Okay.
blowing everything behind.
Right.
But once the parachute opens, it's
120. Let's just go back to that.
let's go back to that number. Yeah. So as we're falling, once we leave the airplane, shortly after that, we'll be falling at 120 miles per hour. And that,
Wow.
gets us down very quickly. We fall for around 30 to 45 seconds at that speed, and then we open the parachute. So
Okay.
once the parachute opens, we slow down to around 16 miles an hour. So you
Slow
can-
down to 60. Okay.
16.
Oh, 16.
Yes. So
Okay, 16.
A
That's
pretty
better.
fast run there, right?
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah, and then while you're under that parachute, like I was saying, if you have that hand cam option, you can shout out to the camera. You can enjoy the view, and it lasts about 5 minutes or so. And
Oh,
if
that's
you,
so nice.
if you choose to go faster, we can by doing turns under the parachute, and makes the ride feel a little more like a roller coaster. But you won't feel that roller coaster effect in your stomach as we jump from the plane, where a lot
Oh,
of people
you don't feel it?
no, a lot
No.
of people think that. That's kind of
Yeah.
a misconception, because the airplane is already flying forward so fast that when we jump from it, we don't really accelerate much, and that's what you feel, right?
Okay.
So under the parachute, we're going slow now, and then we pull down really hard on one of these turning toggles there, and we start spinning. That's where you feel it in your stomach. So
Okay.
you can do as many of those as you want, or as few of those as you want. If it's
Do you
not your
love
thing.
doing those?
I really do. I
knew
enjoy it.
somehow I knew that answer.
I like to feel the rush, as you could imagine, yeah. And as we get closer to the ground, we no longer do those turns, and we're just talking about safety, how we're going to lift the legs to land, and all of
Okay.
that good stuff. So we really, have our fun up high, and then it's all business down at the bottom there. Yeah, so the outside video setup, though?
Yeah, this is our outside video setup. This is when you now have a separate videographer, so a separate skydiver jumping with you and your instructor. And this is all, third-person perspective. They
Wow.
will get, basically same layout of everything. Just now you get a whole third-person perspective. You'll have the great view of the plane in the background as you're, tumbling out of the plane, having some flips maybe, or a nice good, gentle exit where you're just nice and stable. But yeah, we just always have to, have some fun and stuff. But you get, videos will come up to you, high five you, fly around you. You can blow
Wow.
hearts, kisses, whatever you want to do. We can even play rock, paper, scissors with you. It's a lot of fun though. But yeah, this great thing about being an outside videographer or having that outside package is you also get the parachute opening. As it's opening, we also continue to not necessarily go faster, but you guys are slowing down as the parachute is opening, and we continue following so we can have that separation, right?
Right.
But then you also get the parachute landing, right? Since we're already on the ground, we get your parachute as you're landing, and
That is very
it's really,
cool.
really cool.
That's a lot of stuff to remember it by, because I imagine it feels very quick when you're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And after we take all of that video footage throughout the process and we edit it, it comes down to around 5 minutes or so, but we get all of the critical moments in there. We want to see that
Beautiful.
reaction on your face. Even if
Yes.
it's eyes closed, we're going to get it, so beware. Yeah, so that's the video options that we have available. And also, whenever you show up to make a tandem skydive, this would be your best friend. It's your harness. So for this, looks pretty standard, right? Almost
Right.
like a climbing harness. The front is completely open right now, so you're able to get in. But after we get you in the harness, it has straps that will completely close you in. And in addition to the climbing harness waist, we have the full shoulder. So this is a full body harness. And then we have these hooks up here. I'll take these goggles off. We have these hooks up here that are rated for 10,000 pounds a piece, and I don't think anybody weighs that much. So
No.
we actually have 2 of those hooks here, and then we have these which are rated for 5,000 pounds a piece that go on the side. So we attach to you completely. You'll be in front of us and completely attached like this, and whenever we get ready to go, where we go, you come.
Okay.
And
So
then-
safety is a priority for you guys.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And all of our equipment has, you know, a rating from the FAA. It's all certified equipment that goes through a lot of testing, and it's very, very expensive for a reason. There are no Timu parachutes. And we have several different straps that will accommodate people of all sizes, basically. But our limit is 250 pounds maximum at our jump zone.
Okay.
And then there's a set of goggles here, but we have several different types for people like myself with glasses.
Okay.
And these are call them the cool ones, because you get the little reflective, right?
Very
And,
nice.
But that's the basic skydiving tandem harness. That's what we use for everyone that wants to come and jump with us. We didn't bring the tandem parachute in here because I think the courthouse may have looked at it a little suspicious. It's a really big backpack, and it weighs about 50 pounds also.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, so if you see us moving around all day, jumping up and down, it might seem kind of lazy because all we're doing is falling, right? But
Right.
we're working pretty hard, actually.
bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
And this is the parachute that if you are a solo jumper that you would have.
So if you are a solo jumper, basically it's going to be the same thing. Got your straps, your leg straps, all that good stuff. Then here is where you have your main parachute. This is what activates or deploys your parachute. This is called the pilot chute. But you will learn all that stuff through the student course, right? It's a 6-hour ground school course that literally covers everything from equipment, weather, restrictions, regulations, literally everything. But yeah, this is basically what you'll be
Wow,
jumping
can I
in solo
feel
sport.
that?
Yeah, of course.
Mhm.
Would you like to
Oh,
try it
that's-
on?
No, thanks.
But yeah, there you go, right?
Wow.
This
Oh,
one,
that's heavy.
this one's about 25 to 30 pounds for
Wow.
a solo sport jumper.
You made it look easy there.
Yeah.
Solo jumper, so double the weight is you got your
Right.
tandem jumper.
Yeah, because we need the parachutes to accommodate the weight of both people. And all of our tandem reserves and our sport reserves and the rig that our pilot wears, the parachute that our pilot wears in case of emergency, they have to be packed every 180 days. And we, intentionally jumping out of the plane, are required to have 2 parachutes. So we actually have the
Oh.
first one that we use all of the time. And if there's any issues with that, or if, I don't know, an eagle flies through our parachute and damages it, we have a backup.
Okay,
And that's
excellent.
just on the top of the parachute that he has there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very
And
cool.
there's-
Thank
there's
you for
also-
bringing this.
And there's also, did you show them the AAD, the computer?
Actually, let's do that.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of people didn't know.
I'm going to show you guys our parachutes actually. So this is actually our pin for our first parachute. This is our main parachute down here. Then we also have this flap right here. As you can see, it has another pin up here. This section is actually our reserve parachute. This is our second parachute in case anything does happen with this. Pull this right here, which lets go of our main parachute here, and then opens our reserve.
Wow.
So this right here, as you can maybe see, it's like a little computer.
Yes.
This is our AAD, which is the acronym for Automatic Activation Device. And once we get to a certain altitude, we pass a certain threshold, going too fast, say we get unconscious, we're knocked out,
Right.
completely just forget, this will deploy your reserve parachute for you.
Okay.
You'll have something.
Very, very cool.
A lot of technology has gone into advancing skydiving gear, for sure. There's a lot less concern of that particular issue because anything can happen. You might leave the airplane, and when you go to meet your friends in free fall while you're falling at that very fast speed, you may increase your forward speed accidentally and hit them, right?
Oh, right.
So now one of you or both of you may be unconscious, and those
That
devices
takes
there
care of that.
save lives.
issue.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful thing. Thank you for bringing all that and explaining
No problem.
explaining it to us.
We're more than happy to bring out all this equipment that we have so we can show that, you know, there is a safety aspect to this. You know,
Of
it's
course.
100% safety all the time. I
Right.
mean, we're not just winging it. You know,
Right.
We're
Right.
definitely.
At the end of the day, we're also the people attached to you if
That's
you're doing
right.
a tandem skydive.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to, do our thing, have fun, but also make it home to our pets and family.
Do you guys have a website?
We do. Southwest Skydive LLC. We have a little flyer over here. So it's southwestskydive.com, and our phone number is 915-248-4009. And it's one of our flyers. We call this person Mr. Colgate. He jumped with us a few months ago, and he has just a perfect smile for.
He does, Mr.
Isn't that-
Colgate. I love
Isn't
it.
that great? Yeah. So that's one of our flyers, and we have a few others. You might see them around in Las Cruces or in El Paso.
Very nice. So an adventure seeker could just go to your website or call your number.
They could do either. The only way to actually schedule the skydive right now is online through our website. But
Okay.
we can assist with any questions that may be had if you can't figure out how to do it on your own. But you would either pay a deposit of $75 or you could pay the skydive in full on our website, and you could schedule whichever time and what you want on a Friday through Sunday. That's our
Friday
days of
through
operation.
Sunday. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. All right. I'm getting anxious just thinking about the next Friday I have open. I don't know.
Come on down.
I don't
Hey.
know.
Is
Just give
your
it a
daughter
shot.
still in town? Maybe
No.
she'd do another jump.
No, she would definitely do it another time, but she moved out to California.
Oh, okay.
So she's got to find somewhere in the redwoods to jump now.
Well, you could do better than her. You could jump and then tell her about it and
That's
be like,
true.
"Look, that's what you should have done."
You're killing me right now. You're killing me.
Or you can, just show her a little video, be like, "Hey, check out this video I found," and just, have her
Yeah.
be like, "Wait, what's going on?
Is that you, Mom?
Wait, what, Mom? Did you just really do that? This isn't AI or CGI."
That's what I was gonna say. AI is getting really good these days.
Yeah, man. So,
Well, I want to thank you both for coming in, and thank you for registering your business with us here at the county. It's important work that we do, and we thank you for coming in and registering with us.
Thank you for making the process very easy. Like I said, it was very straightforward. I was expecting a drawn-out, maybe 2-week process to
Yeah.
go through approvals and everything, but it was one day. So
Yeah,
Bravo!
literally.
I love to hear
Even
that.
now.
Yeah.
I know. It was awesome. But no, thank you. It was really awesome. It was a pleasure for, for us to be here also. And can't wait to, see a lot of people out there and maybe yourself.
I think Jacob is going to go before me.
let's
That sounds
do it.
interesting, though, 'cause
I know.
I hate roller coasters. I love planes though.
Yeah.
But you guys don't make it seem too bad.
It's
You guys
really-
don't make it seem
well,
too bad.
it's
Take the
really-
gear and stuff.
It's really not that bad. Tandem skydiving, they say it's not like a carnival ride, but it's definitely a guided tour. You're not just thrown out of the plane left to your own devices. I think I would be much more terrified going bungee jumping. to be
Yeah.
honest.
Really?
I will
Yeah.
say that I will.
Yeah.
I don't think I will ever go bungee jumping. I'm actually scared of heights. I went to.
You're scared of heights.
I really am. I went to Las Vegas a couple months ago. I went to the top of the stratosphere. I did not want to go on any of those rides. I did not want to jump off the side. I was like, I
Wow.
don't want to do any of this. The closest I can get was arm's length away of the rail. I don't
That's
know. It's really
amazing.
weird. Jumping out of the plane to the moment the parachute opens, and it's the view is amazing. You grasp it all
I
in,
can
and
bet.
it just feels completely different. I used to love roller coasters. I like them now. I'm not
Okay.
necessarily super keen about them now.
Right.
But I will enjoy one. But yeah, like you said, it doesn't feel like a roller coaster at all. It completely
That was my
changed
big question. Is
aspect.
my stomach going to be left up there and I'm down
I
here?
wouldn't want to jump. No, if it felt like that in the stomach the whole time we jumped, I don't think I would want to participate either.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
really
just like
good
you
to
see you
know.
was saying earlier in the beginning. If you like to go fast and you really love them fast roller coasters and big spins, big loops, all that good stuff, sure, we can, have a lot of spins. But if you like to just calm down, feel like a bird and just soar, we can do that.
Wow.
We can just nice, calm turns, enjoy the view. Even as, we'd
Especially
like to
the
enjoy
view.
that.
Especially the view in this area here. The view from above is pretty breathtaking. I'm from Louisiana, so we didn't have any mountains. You
Right.
can't see very far.
Right.
But out here, we get up, a couple hundred feet, and all of a sudden we can see the border of Mexico. We can see volcanoes in the distance. and
Right.
White sands in the distance. I mean,
Wow, you can see white sand.
You
we
can
can
see-
actually see Samalayuca
Yeah.
from where we jump.
Wow.
Yeah, we can see white sands and Sierra Blanca.
Yeah.
When Sierra Blanca has snow on it, we can see it clear as day once we
Wow.
start flying out there.
Guadalupe Mountains peaks, we can
Mhm.
see it all the way out there.
Wow.
Depends
It's
on
about
how
a 3-hour
much.
drive.
Depends on how much dust is blowing around, you know.
Right.
'cause
Yeah.
El Paso,
Right.
lately,
It's a little
right?
dusty out here.
This whole area, yeah.
But no, yeah, you can definitely see for 3
Miles
hours,
and
hours,
miles.
hours,
Wow.
miles and miles, miles and miles and miles.
Yeah,
That's
so-
awesome.
It's an amazing view. Two
Let us know.
different states, 2 different countries. It's
Right.
It's amazing. It
Mhm.
really is.
And one other feature that's in the area that not many people really have been to or know about is Kilburn Hole, the volcanic magma chamber that collapsed on itself out there. It's a big, huge crater, and we fly around that. So not only do you get a skydive, you also get a little bit of a scenic tour.
Very cool.
Yeah, very nice. Experience.
This much closer to going.
Hey,
You guys are talking me into it, I think.
come on down. We'll take care of you. You might even want to come back and do it again. Dare I say?
100%.
Thank you guys so much for
Thanks,
coming.
Bert. Thanks for
Yeah,
having us.
no problem. And this has been a episode about our businesses here in Doña Ana County. So thank you for joining us on Preserving History and Democracy.